Good. What shall we talk about today?
Guruji, in a book I read that the spirit behind the sun is the god of our solar system, and that this planet Earth is but an organ in the body of the entire solar system. We all know that without the sun, nothing could exist. Is the sun our god? Vil du også oversætte det, Karin? Jeg har læst i en bog, at den ånd, der hersker over solen, er vores solsystems Gud, og at denne planet, altså jorden, bare er et organ i den store krop, der er vores solsystem. Og vi ved jo alle sammen, at intet kan eksistere på denne jord uden solen. Og så spørger jeg, er solen vores Gud?
And come sit here. You're so shy. Good. Being the last satsang,
Det er jo den sidste satsang.
I can answer half a dozen questions at a time. So if you have any more questions, ask anything. A very good question.
Jeg har lov til at stille de spørgsmål, vi ender med at sidde med. Så kom bare med, Thomas.
Vil du oversætte?
Ja.
Say it in Danish and then you in English.
Det er et let spørgsmål. Men,
Det skal du ikke tænke på.
okay.
Bare kom med.
Det angående, når man mediterer, så vil jeg høre, om man bliver automatisk vegetarianer. Eller om kroppen, hvad der sker med kroppen. Fordi på en måde føler jeg, der sker.
Thomas is asking, when you start meditating, do you automatically become a vegetarian? Does it mean that your body has sort of changed during these weeks here?
Very good. Any more?
Yes.
Jeg vil gerne spørge, om det er Gud, der har skabt universet, eller om det er universet, der har skabt Gud.
Is it God who created the universe, or has the universe created God?
Uh-huh. Today I'm going to give 3 satsangs, no lunch.
Good for us.
I can't see you, Jon.
Jeg kan ikke se dig.
Yeah, shift up so I can see you. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Yes. If you look at our emblem, you'll find the flame or light in the center.
Så vil I se flammen i midten.
The greatest symbol of light on our planet, on our solar system, is the sun.
Det største symbol på vores solsystem er solen.
You find so many different sects in India that worship the sun.
Vi finder mange forskellige sekter i Indien, som tilbeder solen.
And on this symbol, the third one on that side, the fire burning, that is Zoroastrianism. Which was founded by Zarathustra. And they are fire worshippers.
Og de tilbeder ilden.
Now the real significance is not worshipping the fire,
Virkelig betydning er i virkeligheden ikke, at man tilbeder ilden,
but it is symbolic of the light within.
som er indeni.
Because the sun is the greatest significance to us of light.
Også det største symbol for lys.
There's nothing more powerful than light. And we are all children of light. Not only referring to the light which is God,
Kun med hensyn til lyset, som er Gud,
but this planet and other planets in our solar system have been pieces that were broken off from the sun.
Ikke alene vores planet, men mange andre planeter, rent faktisk stammer fra solen, har været små stykker fra solen.
That light is so powerful,
Det lys er så fuldt,
and it has a great gravitational pull, so that it makes all the planets revolve around it in total precision.
så den får alle de andre planeter til at løbe i en bane omkring sig i fuldstændig præcision.
And if the precision was not there, then the planets would collide.
Alle planeterne kolliderer.
The sun is the greatest force for gravitation.
Solen er den største styrke, energikilde til tyngdekraft.
Yes. So, you have, for example, in Hatha Yoga, where every morning the people go and bathe in the Ganges river, and they do certain Hatha Yoga exercises which is called Surya Namaskar.
Og de udfører visse hatha yoga øvelser, som kaldes suchi.
Surya Namaskar. This sun is a brilliant sun. Yeah. In other words, all those asanas, all the postures, are directed towards the sun, symbolizing it as the greatest force on earth.
For at symbolisere det som den største kraft på jorden.
Today you find scientists experimenting with solar energy.
I dag finder man at videnskaben er begyndt at forske i solenergi.
And the time is not far away
Det er tid,
where you will not be needing the ordinary electricity. A lot of researches are being done
foretaget en masse undersøgelser,
where solar energy will be used for light and anything that needs electricity today.
der behøver elektricitet.
Without the sun, you can have no rain, because it is the sun that makes the water rise into vapor,
Det er fordi det er solen, der får vandet til at stige op og fordampes.
and the vapor forms into clouds which fall down in rain.
De omdannes til skyer, som senere falder tilbage til regn.
And food grows. If there was no sun, food will not grow.
Hvis der ikke var nogen sol, så ville der intet kunne gro.
So the sun is the cause of the rain and the cause of the heat that makes food and flowers grow.
Så solen er både årsag til regnen og til varmen, som får alt til at gro og leve.
And without either of them, we would not have food, we would not have grass, we would not have flowers, we would not have this beauty around us.
Og uden både regn og varme ville vi intet have omkring os, hverken blomster, træer eller noget andet.
So, you don't actually worship the sun. The sun is not the god of the solar system,
Solen er ikke vores solsystems gud,
but it is a symbol of a great
men den er symbolet på en stor kraft,
that could remind us of the greatest power which we call God.
Det er så stort et symbol, at det minder os om den største styrke af alle, som er Gud.
There were times ago, before Galileo and Copernicus. Yeah. What do you call it in Danish? Yeah. That they believed that the sun was revolving around the earth. And both those poor guys were sent to jail and killed.
Mennesker blev sendt i fængsel og blev myrdet.
But then later they found it is the planets that are revolving around the sun.
Ud af, at det er jorden, der bevæger sig i en bane rundt om solen.
All right. So sometimes people that tell the truth or discover the truth,
Så der sker det fra tid til anden, at de mennesker, som fortæller sandheden,
and the world not being able to understand them, crucify those people.
de ofte
And only after hundreds of years perhaps they realized that what those people said was truth.
fandt de ud af, at hvad de mennesker sagde dengang var sandt.
That happened to our Jesus. Huh?
Det skete jo også med vores Jesus, for eksempel.
Right. So, to repeat again, the sun is symbolic of that great light, which is not only outside us, but in us.
Som ikke kun er uden for os, men som også er i os.
You see, that is the significance of the sun.
Det er solens betydning.
Without light, no one can survive. Without heat, no one can survive. And I would advise all you Danish people to come to my home in South Africa.
Og jeg vil råde jer alle sammen her i Danmark til at besøge mig i mit hjem i Sydafrika.
We have so much sun. Here it is dull.
Og her
Yes. Now, to get on to your question of vegetarianism. Now, when through meditation and spiritual practices, your body becomes finer and finer,
så sker det, at når man begynder at meditere, bliver kroppen finere.
then the intake of your food will also become finer and finer.
Og fordi kroppen bliver finere og finere, må vores føde automatisk også blive.
Yes. So therefore your desire will end for meat foods.
Derfor vil dit længsel eller dit ønske om at spise kød vil også blive mindre og mindre.
If you try to give up meat just all of a sudden, or even smoking or anything,
Hvis du beslutter dig til på én gang at holde op med at spise kød, eller for eksempel at ryge, for den sags skyld,
it will cause a lot of repressions and inhibitions in your mind.
vil det skabe en masse blokeringer og en undertrykkelse i dit sind.
But if it comes about spontaneously,
Men hvis det sker spontant eller
by the refinement of your meditational practices, then no harm is done.
så vil der ingen skade ske.
Now, the finer intake of food
Den finere indtagelse af føde
does not only affect your body, but has a great influence of the mind.
man har en stor indflydelse på sindet.
It has the influence of thinking of more finer and finer thoughts.
Det har den indflydelse, at man
Because as I might have said here in one of the talks, that the mind is not separate from the body.
For som jeg sagde tidligere på ugen, så er sindet ikke adskilt fra kroppen.
It is one continuum.
Fortsættelse af kroppen.
The mind and body is inseparable
For sindet og kroppen er uadskilleligt.
for any living creature. So, through meditation and spiritual practices, as your body becomes finer and finer, your intake, what you feel like eating, will also be finer and finer foods.
Så efterhånden som du mediterer, og din krop bliver finere og finere, så vil det, du får lyst til at spise, også være af finere og finere kvalitet.
Do you know in the Western countries I've noticed, especially in America,
I de vesterlandske lande har jeg bemærket, specielt i USA,
they have 3 meat meals a day.
at de rent faktisk har 3 kødmåltider om dagen.
In the morning for breakfast, bacon and eggs. Lunchtime hamburger, so thick. At night a roast or a meat stew.
Kød eller en eller anden form for stuet kød.
So, what?
Det er stuvning, kød med kød i.
So in 7 days they have 21 meat meals.
Så på 7 dage har spiser de 21 kødmåltider.
Yeah, and no wonder they are so materialistic. Remember we discussed it last night, I think? Yes. So, I, myself, was born a vegetarian. From childbirth, I never ate any meat at all. No meat, no fish, no eggs.
Selv fra jeg var spæd, fik jeg overhovedet ikke noget kød, hverken fisk eller æg.
So, when I was about 45, which was just about 6 months ago, the doctors, because of my severe sugar diabetes, I've got to take an injection of insulin every day.
Så på grund af min sukkersyge, som jeg bliver nødt til at tage indsprøjtninger for hver eneste dag.
So my doctor, Professor Marine, is a specialist.
Så min læge, professor Marin, som er en specialist,
He forced me, says, you must have a little bit of meat.
så han tvang mig og sagde, at jeg skulle altså spise bare en lille smule kød.
The reason is to counteract the insulin.
Eller afbalancere insulinen.
And for months and months he was arguing with me. So one day he pulled out the trump card. So he says, do you know the insulin injections you're taking every day
Og det jeg tager hver eneste dag.
is made of ox pancreas. So if you can take it in your blood, then why can't you eat a little bit?
Hvis du kan tage det ind igennem dit blod, hvorfor så ikke bare en lille smule?
It's for your own health. Or else you won't be able to travel to Denmark and America and Spain and everywhere. It will weaken you. So I says, look, Professor, I can't eat any heavy meats.
Så jeg sagde til ham, hør lige en gang, professor, jeg kan altså ikke spise noget tungt mad.
So now and then I have a little bit of chicken, a little bit of fish, sometimes very, very tender lamb, little bit.
En gang imellem, men meget sjældent, meget velstegt lammekød, kun meget lidt.
But mostly vegetarian food.
Men for det meste.
So I do it for health. Now, anything that is done within a limit
Så alt, hvad der ikke går til yderlighederne,
is nothing wrong. But don't eat 21 meals a week of meat.
men lad være med at spise
You are feeling hungry. Yeah. Didn't they give you breakfast? Little bit, yeah. Good. Your question was on. Okay. Yeah. This universe was never created.
Skabt.
If God is eternal, the universe is eternal. In other words, the universe is a manifestation of the manifester. So I do not believe in creation. I believe in manifestation. Creation means you are creating something.
Du selv skaber noget.
Manifestation means that it has come about without the mechanics of creation.
Det er noget betyder, at det er blevet lavet uden at bruge
Manifestation comes by its own. It is not made.
Manifestation er noget, der kommer til af sig selv. Det er ikke noget, der bliver skabt.
For example, we are talking of the sun. Or say fire. Fire does not create heat.
Ild skaber jo ikke varme.
But it is the nature of the fire to give off heat. The flower does not create fragrance, but it is the nature of a flower to give off fragrance.
Ligesom lidt som blomsten skaber heller ikke sin duft, men det er blomstens natur at dufte.
So, it is the nature of the manifester which we call God.
Det er manifesterens, eller det vi også kalder Guds natur.
So, it is the nature of God to manifest the universe.
Natur at skabe universet.
Yes, see. Now, the difference is, so if God is eternal, manifestation is eternal too.
Gud er uendelig eller evig, så er hans manifestation eller universet også.
The changes that come about in the manifestation
De forandringer, der foregår i det manifestation,
is because of the various elements in manifestation
det er måske på grund af forskellige elementer, der er i manifestationen,
that act and interact with each other. Like you take yellow and blue. When the two colors meet, it becomes green. Is that right? Yeah. Blue and yellow makes green. Same thing with other colors. Like yellow and red would turn into orange. So it is the inherent elements in the manifestation that has caused all the changes.
så det er de nedarvede evner i manifestationen, som er årsag til alle forandringer.
And those are the changes that you are seeing around you. But basically it is one.
Basis er de alle sammen, grundlæggende er de alle sammen det samme.
Yes, sir. Now, at the time of the Big Bang, when this universe came into being,
Det store,
stop up. The universe functions in cycles. It gets sucked into a black hole. Where not even the slightest bit of light can escape. It comes in on one side, and when it becomes too heavy, like the clouds becoming heavy, come down as rain, then an explosion occurs on the other side.
Anden side.
And it shoots forth in subatomic matter.
Og det sender frem med voldsom kraft det mindste atom.
And atomic matter has the ability to duplicate itself and replicate itself.
En særlig evne til at kunne duplikere sig selv og at dele sig.
And that is an interaction within itself, which also interacts with other atomic nuclei.
Med andre atompartikler.
And that is how everything you see around you has come into being. That has happened.
Skabt.
That's happened. Stopped. So, man does not create the external universe.
Så mennesket skaber ikke det synlige univers.
Man creates nothing. But he can discover or unfold the entire universe within himself. And you do that through meditation and spiritual practices.
Og den eneste måde at gøre det på, det er gennem åndelige øvelser og meditation.
And as I said the other day, if you want to know more, meditate, meditate, meditate.
Som jeg sagde den anden dag, hvis I vil vide mere, så skal vi begynde at meditere.
You will really be surprised that some of you will bear me out.
Jeg undskylder mig.
That in meditation, so many of your problems get resolved.
Det som Gurs egentlig sagde var, og det kan mange af jer også genkende til, det er, at mange af jeres problemer løser sig, når I mediterer.
You just be surprised where it comes from. Because as I've said in some lecture somewhere, that there is only one mind.
Mange steder, så findes der jo kun ét sind.
And you can be in contact with the totality. Shut up. Yes, okay. Tell us what's for lunch. And you can be in contact with the entire universal mind.
Efterhånden lære at blive i kontakt med den universelle, med det universelle sind.
If you play the violin
Vi spiller på violin,
and you tune your strings properly,
ordentligt,
then you will produce very sweet notes.
så vil I kunne lave en skøn.
And it has been proven that the violin played at a certain pitch can break all the windows in this building.
Som afstemmes til en bestemt tone.
You must have heard of that. Yeah. Has anybody got a violin here? I can demonstrate.
Gerne demonstrere det.
Yeah. There's only one thing I'm afraid of. That the owners of these people will sue us to pay the expenses. Good, that thing went off now. Let's have a few jokes. I don't know if I got any. They can wait a few minutes. Ah, yes. You know this English lord, living in a mansion. Yeah, and he was coming out from the front door and he tripped over a wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow? Right. So he shouts for the gardener, "What is this wheelbarrow doing here?" So the gardener says, "Your lordship, You should know. Because last night you were in no condition to walk, and I brought you to the front door in the wheelbarrow. There were 12 religious men going on a journey. And a big storm came up. So they took shelter in a church. So although they were called religious men, they were very superstitious. And true religious people are never superstitious. So they said that there must be someone amongst us that is bringing this bad luck.
Så de og diskuterede, der må være en blandt os, som bringer os det her dårlige, det her uheld.
So they looked at each other and they decided, that is the man.
Så de kiggede på hinanden, og pludselig så fik de udpeget en af dem og sagde,
So they put him out of the church in the storm. As soon as they put him out, the lightning struck on the church.
og lige så snart de havde smidt ham ud, og han var væk fra kirken, så slog lynet ned i kirken.
And everyone, the other 11, was badly injured.
Og resten, de sidste 11, de var meget hårdt såret.
So this one man that they put out told them, it is that it is through me that I, with my spiritual force, kept the lightning away.
At det var på grund af mig og min åndelige styrke, at lynet var blevet holdt væk i første omgang.
See, so always love people, never.
Ikke altid folk med det.
You know, the two young ladies were discussing, who were discussing about another friend.
Og så to unge kvinder og diskuterede og snakkede om en tredje af deres veninder.
They said, Jeannie does not want to marry John.
Jeg sagde til den anden, at Ginny, hun har ikke lyst til at gifte sig med John.
But why? It was a matter of religion, they said.
Sagde hun.
You see, Jeannie worshipped money
Forstår du,
and John was broke. Yes. Now, I don't know how this will go down in Danish. You know, there was a diplomatic party. And I've attended quite a number of them, so I know what happens.
hvad sker?
That after dinner, you know, they have after dinner speeches.
Så efter middagen har de her efter.
So there was one Chinese ambassador for dinner, and everyone were giving speeches. Right, that's after the meal. But first, of course, they start off with soup.
Det var efter måltid, men
Now, next to this Chinese ambassador, there was a young English man sitting.
lige ved siden af den kinesiske sad der en engelsk lord.
This Englishman thought that the Chinaman could not speak English.
Den her engelske mand, han sad og tænkte sig selv, den tale engelsk.
So after they finished the soup, the Englishman asked, "You like it soupy?"
Den englænderen til kineseren, like it to be, så betyder, kan det stoppe med noget?
But yeah, of course it's English, is it? The Chinese man just smiled. Now it came for the turn for the Chinese ambassador, to give his speech.
Men middagen var så overstået, og alle havde givet taler, og nu blev det altså rejste op og holdt talen.
And he gave a wonderful speech full of wit and wisdom.
Og han gav en pragtfuld tale, fuld af morsomhed.
But yeah, of course it's English, is it? The Chinese man just smiled. Now it came for the turn for the Chinese man, Chinese ambassador, to give his speech.
Men middagen var så overstået, og alle havde givet taler, og nu blev det altså den kinesiske mands tur til at rejse op og holde talen.
And he gave a wonderful speech full of wit and wisdom.
Og han gav en pragtfuld tale, fuld af morsomhed og kloge ord.
Of course, he wasn't as good as me, you know. So he gave a wonderful speech filled with wit and wisdom. And as he was sitting down, he turns to this Englishman and he said, "You like his speechy?" Now we'll just have a last one, you know, and because that thing went off. Now here's something about women's logic.
Og så skal vi til slut nok lige have en.
I like you smiling instead of crying just now. So this is woman's logic. This woman asked her husband, "Please lend me 200 krones.
Så lunger 200 kroner.
But don't give me the 200 krones now, just give me 100.
For de 100.
All right. She took that, and then she said, "Look, I owe you 100 krones, and you owe me 100 krones. So we square." Well, my beloveds, it's been such a pleasure being with you.
Det har været så vidunderligt at være sammen.
It was so nice, and I think this was a very beautiful course. I enjoyed it very much. And I hope you have enjoyed it too. Yes, good. And most probably I might be able to make it by November or so, but next year definitely I will come.
Vi vil prøve, om vi kan få Gud over et par dage i november, men det er helt sikkert, at han vil vende tilbage til næste år i hvert fald. Så vi forsøger på det til at løse i november.
Yeah. The only thing is the more people we have, the better it is.
Selvfølgelig, jo flere mennesker vi er, jo bedre.
Because actually speaking, you people inspire me.
For hvis vi skal sige det lige ud, så er det jer, der inspirerer mig, når jeg taler.
So the more people, the greater the inspiration.
Så jo flere mennesker, jo større inspiration.
And the more sharing of love. Because that's all that I've been doing, is sharing love.
Det er i virkeligheden alt, hvad jeg har gjort på det her kursus, det er at dele min kærlighed.
Yes. So see you soon. Be well.
Så vi ses snart. Godt.
Meditate regularly.
Mediter regelmæssigt.
And these charming 3 new teachers we have are going to work very hard, I'm confident.
Vi kommer til at arbejde meget hårdt. Det er
And then of course, I don't know if Jyotima did ever mention this to you, is that on the courses, not only meditators are welcome, but those that are non-meditators are also welcome.
ikke mediterende jo også er velkommen på vores kurser.
Because after being with me for 4 or 5 days, they definitely 101% they will become meditators.
Så efter en 4 dage på kurset,
So, thank you. And my deepest love and namaste.